Okay, I think we're live. Awesome. Welcome everyone to the Break Free 5-day workshop series. It's for health and wellness practitioners looking for a way to work smarter, not harder. And today we're going to dive into a new way of working. And my aim for today is getting you all really excited about what's possible. So I can see there's a couple of people jumping on. I'm just going to spend a second getting my tech all aligned and make sure that I can see comments. Okay. Hey, Alison. Thanks for jumping in, gorgeous. Hope you're well. So feel free, guys, while we wait for everyone to jump on, I can see there's about 7 or 8 of you now coming in. Comment, let me know. Are you here live? If you're watching the replay later, you can write hashtag replay. Hey, Miriam. Yeah, jump in, say hi, let me know you can hear me and see me, and let me know where you're from. I know that within Prosperous Practitioner, we do have practice from all over the world, which is really exciting. But let me know where you're from. And also, we're going to be here for around 45 minutes this morning. So grab yourself a cuppa, grab some water. Hey, Renee. And make sure that you've got a pen and hopefully you've all got your workbook. Hey, Luann, nice to see you on here. Good morning. So your workbook, I've got a printed out copy here, what we're going to go through today. If you don't have your workbook, hey, Renee's in Melbourne. Awesome. Danielle in South Brisbane. Cool. I love it. I love technology. It still just makes me excited. Now, if you don't have your workbook, let me know. We'll certainly send another lot of emails out today. They did go out on the weekend, but I do have a link. So for the purposes of today, actually what I might do is I might just post it in the comments so that, let's just do that. So that if you don't have your workbook, have a look in the comments and you can grab that. Hey, Janet. Oh, you're in New Zealand. That's so cool at the moment. Yeah, I know it's a really rough time for you. Sending so much love your way. Mariana's from Sydney. And I think I missed someone up here. Sharon's also in Sydney. Beautiful. Miriam's on the sunny coast. Oh, lucky you. I love it up there. Beautiful. Luann's in Melbourne, Chile today. Yeah, my brother's in Melbourne. And I did what day was it? Saturday, maybe. We FaceTimed. We normally chat at least once a week, and he was in a jumper, and I was like, I'm in a t-shirt in Newcastle. But yeah, it always once it gets cold in Melbourne, then I know that little while, and we'll be cold too. Nicole's in Singleton, just down the road from me. Awesome, cool. Well, look, guys, we might just get started. We might get cracking. I know some others might jump in as we go. But thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your precious time. I'm going to make it as value packed as I can. And thank you to yourselves for jumping onto this event, because I know I've been trying, or had been trying for a very long time in my practice, to create what I now teach other practitioners to create. And I wish there was this kind of training around when I was trying to figure it all out. But there wasn't for health practitioners specifically. There was a lot for how to create signature programs and how to launch online and all of that sort of, all the marketing jazz. But to have something specifically for what I wanted to do wasn't around. So I'm really excited to be able to help you guys with that. I will scroll back through the comments from time to time just to make sure I don't miss any questions, but we'll have a time for Q&A at the end. Tumbarumba, awesome. Thanks for joining us, Isabel. All right, so guys, today, day one, we are going to look at a new way of working. So firstly, I know that when I worked one-on-one with clients, I've just got my extensive notes here because I'm a bit of I do like a good PowerPoint slide, as many of you know, and obviously on Facebook Live you can kind of have them, but it's not really the point. It's about this face-to-face connection. But I'm cheating with a ton of notes because I don't want to miss anything. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. So one-on-one, when I started in my practice, as many of you would have been the same, what we were taught at university was, working one-on-one with a client, generally across from, a table from them in a clinic room. And what I found, and what I now realize I wasn't alone, and practitioners around the world that I'm talking to every day are telling me, and some of it I'm like, wow, you're a pracky I've looked up to for a very long time, and you have a very successful bricks and mortar clinic practice. I can't believe you're saying the same things that I was. But we're all burnt out. We're all finding, well, not all of us, but a lot of us, certainly probably you guys who are on this training, we're finding that one-on-one is burning us out. And we may still love it, and there's nothing wrong with seeing a client one-on-one. And I still encourage, even when you have a signature program, you're going to learn about that in the next few days. Some one-on-one is still really important, but there's elements of that way of working that isn't great for the practitioner. We might get frustrated that we can't get enough information into that session. We might find clients aren't committing and they're showing up for a couple of sessions, but they're not really understanding they need to work with us for a longer period of time. The other problem with the one-on-one model is you're limited by time. Like, you're trading your time for money. So you can only see as many patients as you can squeeze into your day. And so that is limiting the growth of your practice and perhaps an income ceiling as well. Or you might find you're hiring other practitioners to work for you, but that's a whole nother kettle of fish. And sometimes too, I don't know, tell me who found this, and I was almost ashamed when I admitted it, but let me tell you, other practitioners have said the same thing. It gets a bit boring. Does anyone find that with one-on-one, because you're repeating often the same things over and over again, you can kind of get a little bit over it, and it gets a little bit repetitive. Is it just me? Anyone else? Hi, Susie. Good morning from Sydney. Hi, Diana. Welcome. It can get a bit boring, right? I think there's a delay in my comments too, so if I miss you, excuse me. So let me just check on my little thing here. Is this working? Cool. So yeah, so there's some limits to one-on-one, and I think if the pandemic that we experienced, Mariana, I feel you. Yeah, like it's tough. But the pandemic kind of made us realize, and our clients as well, wow, we can do this in another way. And we've all dabbled with online. Like, let's face it, the internet has been around for a while, and Zoom and telehealth, and it's not like it just suddenly started last year. But what I noticed is clients became more receptive to seeing practitioners like us in an online setting. And we kind of realized that, hey, we can run our businesses this way if we need to. Some of the clients in my mastermind were in the middle of a Victorian lockdown. So for those of you who aren't Australian, Victoria is one of our states, and they kind of took the brunt of COVID last year. And they had some serious lockdowns where clinics were closing and they weren't able to practice. So they were forced to move online, and they had the most successful year ever because they pivoted. How much is that our favorite word? So I guess we can all agree that in some way, shape or form, most of us here on the training want to find a new way of working. I certainly did. So my story, very, very briefly. Yeah, Lisa, love it, but it is boring sometimes. So yeah, so what if we found a way that we could still have those aspects of one-on-one that we love and that we know are really essential for best client outcomes, but we could kind of iron out the boring bits by delivering that in another way? Well, luckily, that's exactly what I'm going to teach you over the next week. So I'm a nutritionist and a naturopath, and I've been practicing on and off in between babies for about a decade now. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I realized I needed some coaching skills training. So I went off and did a 6-month health coaching certification, and I loved it. And it opened me up to a different way of looking at delivering health services. And what I found even all those years ago is health coaches were working with clients in programs. So they would, and my training, that the certification I did had this training tacked onto it, and they were encouraging us to sign clients up to a 90-day program. And it made me realize that it was crazy that we weren't doing that, because you were getting clients to commit to a longer time frame, more income for you, and you had time to actually help them. Who here would agree that one initial consult and maybe 1 or 2 follow-ups is not nearly enough time for us and for the client to implement the changes that we need? Like we need at least 3 months to work with someone. Would you agree? Sometimes even 6 months or 12 months. So if you agree that that's the case, like we need our people to say, yep, we're committed. We're going to keep coming and seeing you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. If we know that that's what our clients need to do and that's how we can deliver the best outcomes, no way is it enough. Totally, Danielle, that's right. Then why are we only offering that? Why are we only offering them the next visit? That's crazy. From a business sense, that's crazy. We need to be ensuring our clients understand that nutrition, natural health, diet, lifestyle changes, emotional work, whatever it is that we're doing with our clients, that stuff takes time. So why don't we offer our services as that, right? So programs make sense, and you'll learn more and more about that over the week. Because what I really found once I started practicing all those years ago, and some of you here have been practicing a hell of a longer than me, and you probably have the same realization, is we're in the business of transformation, aren't we? Like clients are coming to us not feeling very well with a particular problem or 2 or 7 or 8, and they need our help to feel better, to feel healthier, to resolve whatever set of symptoms or health conditions they have going on, right? So that's transformation, and that stuff takes time. You can't just magically wake up feeling incredibly healthy if you're someone, say, in your 40s and you've not lived a great life and you're presenting yourself to a health and wellness practitioner or coach and you're saying, fix me. That stuff takes time. Yeah, Alison, right. Rome wasn't built in a day. Not at all. It took a long time. Big buildings. We're doing the same. We're laying new foundations for our clients' health. So that stuff takes time. So let me introduce you to what I call the hybrid model. Now, hybrid, as my boys would tell you who are obsessed with dinosaurs and Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, like the Abdominus Rex, it's a hybrid of a lot of different dinosaurs. So that's kind of what we're building with a program. We're packaging up our expertise in a way that brings in some one-on-one consultation, some assessment and testing. It might include some group coaching sessions as well. They work really well. It might include an online curriculum of sorts. So you might have some pre-recorded video lessons, some handouts, some workbooks for clients that they can go through in between sessions so that you're not repeating yourself and they're getting more help from you and support between sessions. It might include some accountability. It might include some journals they need to complete. It might include some kind of online forum or community, or maybe like a monthly meetup in your office. Whatever it is, there's some kind of way that they can be around like-minded people. Yeah? So that's what I mean by the hybrid model. It's a little bit of everything. So when we start to move into talking about creating a signature program, we'll do that mostly day 3. We'll talk about it all week, but day 3 is the day where we'll really knuckle down and map that out for you. Or you'll map it out with my help. So when we're talking about a signature program, I just want to clarify this first up. We're not talking about a course, like an online course that you have 10 modules and you pre-record it all out and it's all there up on your website for sale. That's great, and you can make your signature program into that at a later date. But what I'm really encouraging you guys to think about is first creating a high-end hybrid program that does have some one-on-one help and one-on-one sessions with you, because I find that's what our clients want, right? The online course industry is kind of fizzling out. It's never going to go away. I mean, online courses are great. I sign up for a lot of them for business stuff. I'm sure you guys do too. They're generally lower in price because there's no time needed from the coach. And in your case, there's no time needed from the practitioner. It's recorded once, they buy it off your website, happy days. It's alluring, this thought of passive income. It's not really passive. You have to sell a lot of courses often to make the income goals that you might have for yourself. But with a hybrid model, you can charge $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. Sky's the limit, really. You can have VIP upgrade options and sell something for $10,000 if you want to. right? So depending on your target market and what you package up, but it's higher end, so you don't need to hustle so much and burn out seeing a lot of clients, but you can offer the bells and whistles version of your work for people that are able to afford that and are willing to find the money and see the value in the investment. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Because really your clients want access to you. It's just that we need to leverage you and find a way that we can almost clone you using technology so that you can scale and see more people at once without burning out and without kind of capping your time or your money earning capacity. Yeah? Is everyone with me, or is everyone like, what is this lady talking about? It's too early on a Monday morning, or it's too late on a Sunday night. I don't get it. So, are you all still with me here? Is everyone ready to get down to some doing work? Yeah? Cool. So if you've got your workbook, and now if you don't have your workbook, guys, I did post in here. Let me just do it again. I posted a link to the workbook just in case you missed the emails that were delivering that. So if you don't have that workbook, just look in the comments. I've popped the link in there. Cool. Nicole, totally with you. Janelle, so ready. I love it. Danielle, yes. Allison here, and yes, beautiful. Allison is a mastermind client of mine, and her signature program's taking shape. I know that it's going to be amazing, and you're already doing great work, Allison. So I'm so glad that you're here to keep going with that. Awesome. All good. Just arrived, but I get what I'm hearing. Cool. Pure Element Naturopathy. I can't remember your name. I know you messaged me earlier. I can't remember. Let me know your name, because I don't want to be calling you Pure Element Naturopathy and Aromatherapy. Cool. Luann, yes, been thinking about doing something hybrid. Yeah, hybrid makes sense. Like, it's so fun. And clients love it because they feel like they get access to you daily because they're watching videos of you, they've got their consults, they're in the community, they really are sort of all encompassed. Chris, that's right. I was going to say Chris, my husband's name is Chris. So I thought, am I just thinking your name's Chris because anyway, Chris, awesome, welcome. I'm glad you were here. So what we're going to do now is get into some sort of practical workshop doing, and feel free to ask questions as we go. I am so used to working with my clients on a Zoom call, and I could see all your great, beautiful faces. So it's kind of hard just seeing myself reflected back, but that's where the comments can help. So please comment away, ask questions as we go. But what we're going to do now is I want to get you in the right mindset, headspace for creating a signature program and all of the possibilities and the awesome benefits that can bring to you as a practitioner in your practice. So if you grab your workbook out and, or if you've got it up online, that's fine, as long as you've got a pen and paper, because we're going to do some writing. The power of programs. So the very first page in your workbook. So we're in day one, in case you're not sure where we are. We're the first day ever, a new way of working. And I want you to go to the power of programs, please. And you'll see that there are 8 powerful signature program mindsets. Now, you don't know what they are because it's blank, which is a good thing because you're here. So we're going to figure those out together. Now, write these down. If you don't get to write them down and I've moved on to the next one, you can always catch the replay, or I'm happy to share a screenshot of my filled-in workbook. But here we go. So write these down, but as you're writing them, I really want you to connect that, your creative brain, channel it all the way down your arm to your little pen as you're writing. And then once you've filled these out, the idea is that you stick these up near your desk, and I want you to be all week reading them out aloud. Standing is best, just to kind of really anchor them in. But even if you just read them quietly to yourself at the beginning of every day, that would be really, really powerful. All right. Let me just keep up here with the comments. I'm just going to open up I've got my second screen here. I've actually got 3 screens because I've got my phone as well. Anyone else do this on their lives? Like, you feel like I need to go and stand on the grass after I've done this, because I feel like, I don't know, all the EMFs just need to like ground out of me into the grass. We can say this stuff because we all get it, right? We know that this isn't crazy woo-woo. It's science, grounding. Cool. Oh, I can see the comments better here. That's what I might do. Alrighty, cool. So, has everyone got their workbooks? Is everyone good? Let me know in the comments. All right. So the first key mindset to creating a signature program is this. Every business has the opportunity to offer a high-end signature program. I feel like a school teacher. Every business has the opportunity to offer a high-end signature program. I'm going to type this. Every business has the opportunity to offer a high-end signature program. High-end just means higher financial investment, so it's not your cheapest service. But high-end also means high value, like there's a really fair exchange. They're getting the best of you in this program. So that's number one. Every business has the opportunity to offer a high-end signature program. So in case you're sitting there, and this is often a bit of a block that some practitioners and coaches can have, in case you're sitting there thinking, oh, that wouldn't work for me. Now, my client, they don't want to do a program. They want to just work with me. Or in case you're thinking, because here's how else it can play out, oh, no. The work I do is incredibly personalized. There's no way I could package something up. I work, uniquely with the individual. And so if you're thinking that, so do I. As in, I don't think that. I personalize everything for my nutrition and naturopathy clients. And because this is a hybrid model, remember, you can build in as much one-on-one support as you like in your program. And so that means you can personalize things. But I bet if you just think about things for the next week while you're working with your clients in your business currently, just think every time you say something and you think, oh, everyone with this particular problem, yeah, no, I kind of need to cover off these same things. You'll find there's some common ground that everybody needs to hear. And they're the things that we can leverage and we can create some online content around so that you're not having to repeat yourself. All right, everyone with me? Key mindset number 2 is program clients can replace regular session by session clients if you choose. So program clients can replace regular session by session clients if you choose. Now, what I mean by that, and I'll type it here. I would have had my VA onto this, but he doesn't start till 10 a.m. his time or my time, so he's probably still fast asleep now. Program clients can replace regular clients if you choose. Yeah, program clients can replace regular session by session clients if you choose. So what that means is you can do both. Okay, so if you have your clinic and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't change everything and put everyone on programs just yet, you don't have to. You can still run your clinic, but you can launch your program and you can run that as well, so that those who are a really good fit for your program, you work within programs. And then eventually what a lot of my clients do, my mastermind clients, and certainly what I did in my practice, you soon realize that the income you're bringing in from your program clients and the results that they are getting compared to the regular session by session clients is so amazing and so far advanced that it would make sense to, if you wanted to, transition your whole practice over to just programs. Okay, but it is if you choose. So don't stress if I don't want that to be a block for you. It's up to you. Mindset number 3. There's always a percentage of people who immediately want to invest at the top. Okay? There is. You would have clients on your books, patients on your books at the moment, who if you said to them, oh, I've got a 6-month program to help you with whatever the issue is that you're helping them with, and it's $2,500, and here you get this and this and this and this, and we're going to get you from here to here, and here's all the benefits, they would say, sign me up. Absolutely. That I've been waiting for you to offer something like that. I promise you. You have clients at the moment, you probably even know who they are, who would say, yes, I want to work with you in that way. So that mindset is, I'll type it, there's always a percentage. Where's my little percentage thing? Why is it never, oh, there it is. There's always a percentage of clients who immediately want to work with you, want to invest with you at the top. Okay? Then this is really powerful. So this is important. Number 4, you are worth more than you realize. Ooh, how does that feel? I felt some prickly vibes. Is that prickly for someone? Is someone like, oh, I don't know, I want to believe that? So with all of these mindsets, you may not fully believe them for yourself right now. Yeah? Diana's saying 99% of teachings take for granted that people have hundreds of clients on their books. It gets disheartening. 99% of teachings take for granted. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Diana. If you could just kind of explain that again in the comments, just so I know what you mean. If you mean that, don't a lot of coaches forget that you might have clients on your books and constantly tell you to go after new ones, I get it. Yeah, like I always say, who's already on your database? Who can we launch this to first? They're your warm audience. They're your biggest fans. Just clarify that, and just so I know, in case that's not it. But with these mindsets, it's okay if half of them you're like, that just does not feel real for me. I can't see how that would work for me. All I want you to do over this next week, as you read them out every day, is just be open to the possibility of what if this were true? What if maybe somehow a little bit this could be true for me? And if you're open to exploring that and you're curious about it rather than just shutting it down, if you're curious, that's all I ask, okay? Because what I'm actually doing now is planting little seeds in your brain. And then the rest is up to you. Like, you'll make this happen. I'm the seed planter. Lisa says number 4 is a big one for me. I struggle with money blocks a lot. Yeah, totally. It's a money block, but it's also a value block. It's you not feeling, it's not owning your worth and your value and understanding the total transformation and the value you have in your clients' lives. Now we will do an exercise on that this week, Lisa. So make sure you catch that. I believe it's in, it's either tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure where I popped that, but we do some cool values work. Because that's how I price things. It's about value, right? So, but I'm glad that's a big one, because if you can overcome that and you can really stand in the power of your worth, game changer for you and your clients, because they want you to step up and just be the expert that you know you are. They need that from you. It's not so much about you, it's what they want. Number 5, less is more. Can everyone write that down in big capitals? Number 5, less is more. Now, what I mean by that is not less of you or like a half-assed effort. What I mean is when you're putting your signature program together, it does not need to contain everything you know about your topic or everything you know about nutrition, okay? Yeah, cool, Lisa. Ponder that. Yeah, so it's about only curating enough information to keep your client moving forward and in action, but not overwhelm them, okay? When you come to map out your signature program with me on day 3, you'll see that we're only going to pick out the key steps, right? You don't need to pack in everything. That's a common mistake, and you'll burn yourself out before you even launch. Alison says, health is wealth, peeps. Oh, and how do peeps know how to be healthy? We coach them. Yeah, totally. All right. Number 6, What clients value is their transformation, not your time or the number of sessions that they had with you. I'm not going to write that one out because it's a bit long. But what clients value is their transformation, not the amount of time they spent with you or the number of sessions that they had with you, okay? They're going to think in 10 years' time when they're looking back and they're around the table telling their friends about that year that they signed up to work with this amazing practitioner and their life changed. They finally got on top of whatever the issue was, and they're so grateful for that. They're not going to tell them, well, she spent 60 minutes once a week with me for 6 months. They're not even going to remember that. They're just going to remember the transformation, okay? That's the value. That's what clients are investing in. Shell says, busting to transform my clinic programs to hybrid. Clients love programs, plan, aspiration. Absolutely, Shell, like totally. They love it. If you're hesitant about offering programs in your business, just read Shell's comment, because clients, the feedback I get, the feedback that other practitioners I work with that start offering programs, their clients love it. Nicole says, can you just mention number 4 again? Oh, sure. Number 4, you are worth more than you realize. Cool. All right. Number 7, a signature program allows you to serve people at the highest level. Yeah, so I've spoken a little bit about that already today. This is about the mindset when you're creating your signature program that I want you to have is, if I were to create a program that would serve my client to the highest level, forget the cost, forget my doubts, forget the logistics, forget all that stuff. If all I had to think about was, what would I put together? What would I create that would mean they had the most amazing transformation, the most amazing experience ever? What would I put in there? And start there. Start building your program from that space. And then we can work out logistics and things later on, and pricing and whatever. But start at that highest level. So just in case you missed it, number 7 is, a signature program allows you to serve people at the highest level. It gives you the time to be able to really take care of them. Hopefully you're all catching up. Let me know if you need me to repeat any of them, but I'll pop these up in the group later today. So in case you missed it, you can write them down. Number 8, and this is big. So if you're scribbling down the others, just stop. Let's just move on to number 8 together, because I really, really, really want you guys to get this one. And it's about pricing and value and investment and money, okay? People aren't investing in you. They're investing in themselves through you, yeah? So it's not about them giving you money. It's about them saying yes and investing in improving their health and well-being, and they're doing that by investing through you. So you're just like the vessel, the channel, and the money is just energy. It's just an exchange. So people aren't investing in you. They're investing in themselves through you. Cool. All right, how's everyone going with those? Are you madly scribbling them down? I'm just going to check in here, see if there's any comments. Dana, love that phrase. Yeah, it's so true. And that's a really good mantra to kind of repeat a few times before you maybe do a Facebook Live to attract clients, or you do a workshop or a webinar, or even before you jump on a discovery call or a sales call with clients. And we'll be covering that on day 5. I will be going through a sales process. I'm just trying to check if there's extra comments here. I don't want to miss any. Beautiful. All right. Cool. Okay, guys. Replay 8 is what I needed to hear. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, Annie, I reckon you're actually on live, because we're still live at the moment. So, yeah, you're actually watching us live. All right, cool. So those key mindsets, what I want you to do, this is your homework, part of your homework. You've written them all down. If you've missed some of them, I will be posting them up in the group today. So have a look for that so you can fill in the blanks. That page that's filled in, I want you to stick that up somewhere where you see it every day this week. And then I want you to be reading them out to yourself and starting to play around with them. If some of them trigger you or bring stuff up, journal it out. Let me know in the comments and we can work through it. But they're very powerful, those 8 powerful signature program mindsets. All right. Now, as usual, I talk too much and we're starting to get to the pointy end of the workshop today where I don't want to keep you guys over time. But what we're going to do now is a little bit of maths. Now, I was good at maths at school, but I really didn't like it, so I kind of didn't listen. I was much more English and drama, surprise, surprise. But we are going to do some calculations. So if you've got a calculator with you, fantastic. If you've got your phone, Mariana says it's going up on the wall next to the manifesto sheet. Yeah, totally. It's so powerful to have words and affirmations where you can see them. Like if you haven't done it, it's incredible. So now what we're going to do is just in case you're not quite sure if programs are really that exciting and maybe you should just aim to see more people in your practice, and just to kind of give you a really clear idea of how bloody exciting it is when you start to offer high-end programs in your business. We're going to do a little exercise called Is the Juice Worth the Squeeze? Now, this is modified from some training I did with one of my beautiful coaches, Kendall Summerhawk, but I've adapted this a little bit to sort of work more in with what we do as prackies. So we're really looking at, well, how much is your expertise worth? It's, as you know from those mindsets, it's worth a lot more than you realize. And this is an exercise that's going to help you see that. So what I want you all to do, now you can do this live with me now. I'm going to move through it fairly quickly, but I've designed the workbook so it's quite easy for you to do later on, because sometimes some of you might need a little bit more time to think this through. So if you go to the page, Is the Juice Worth Your Squeeze, in your day one workbook, first thing is you need to come up with an annual revenue goal. Now this is a really hard question for practitioners to answer sometimes. Sometimes we haven't allowed ourselves to dream big enough. And this exercise is taken out of module 1 in my mastermind program. So for anyone that's a current client or a past client, you'll be familiar with this. And I always say, actually I say in 3 years' time, I give you a little bit of time, what do you want your annual goal and income goal to be? And often it comes back and I'm like, oh honey, we're going to get you there in 12 months. Otherwise, what's the point? But it's really underestimated, because I know a lot of us struggle, or we may not realize the earning potential that health and wellness practitioners can make. And maybe there's some money block stuff, maybe there's some not feeling good enough or imposter syndrome or not seeing the value. And so it's often really underestimated. So I would like what I think is the bare minimum that we should be making is 6 figures, $100,000. You know, that if you're not there yet, that should be goal number 1. So $2,000 a week coming into your business. And, you know, that's 3 days a week, 4 days a week. It doesn't have to be full time. Certainly once you've got programs, it doesn't have to be full-time hours. But I want you to come up with an annual revenue goal, right? For the purposes of today, I'm going to say 100,000, just to show you how this works, just because that's easy maths, right? Then you need to write down what your average consult fee is. So let's say, and I got it written down here. No, I didn't do it ahead of time. What's everyone's annual consult fees? Tell me, type in. What's your initial, what's your follow-up, what's kind of somewhere in the middle? What would your average consult fee be? I'll just wait for some of you to type that in and we'll pick one and we'll do this exercise together. I'm just going to get my calculator. Oh yeah, Nicole, good question. If you're saying revenue, do you mean profit? No, because everyone's expenses are going to be different. And this is not like an accounting exercise. What I want you to do is just think revenue, money into your business. Okay. So yes, I think you all should have $100,000 income from your business, which might mean you need to be earning 150, 200,000, depending on expenses. But just revenue in. Oh, wow, cool. It's all flying here. So everybody average 120, 220, 140, 150, 90, 130, 165, 100 as new. Yeah, cool. All right. So, well, what if we say 150? That's sort of maybe an average of all the averages. 150 a session. So then what you do is you work out, okay, well, how many consults do I need to have per year to reach my income goal? So we get out our little calculators and we do 100,000 or whatever your revenue goal is, you pop that in, divided by your average consult fee. So for this example, it's 150 equals, that's a bit devilish, 666.66 recurring. So in this example, I would have to see 666 patients a year at 150 a session to reach my 100,000. So then how many per month? You then divide that by 12. So that's 55 a month. It's actually not too bad. And then divide that by 4.1, I think it is per week. Is that right? Yeah, so 13 times. Yeah, 13 per week. That's not bad. That's like 2 clinic days or one like really, really busy one. Okay, so can you see how we should all be making 100, 200, 300,000 easily? But we want to do that in a way that's not burning us out. So then, if you had a signature program, we're going to do the same exercise now. So say you want to make $100,000, and what's your signature program priced at? Does anybody have a price that they like, if they were to create a program, they're like, you know what, I would love to charge that amount for say a 3 or 6 month program? Let me know. If anyone's running a program already, what do you charge for your program? And it needs to be though like a high-end kind of program. What I might do is let's say it's a $1,500 program, which is probably only 3 months. That's sort of the lower end of what you can do. So let's say we have a $100,000 income goal and we're selling a $1,500 program. So we need 66 clients to sign on to our program each year, which is 5.5 per month. So some months you'll have 5, some you might have 6, which is what, like less than 1 a week, isn't it? Or about one to say 1.5 a week. So 4 to 5 a month is kind of what you're going for. How cool's that? Can you imagine only needing 5 to 6 clients a month for $1,500 program to reach your 6 figures? What would that mean for you? You could probably easily increase your marketing efforts to sign on double that amount of clients and you're hitting 200,000. You could increase the price of your program. You could have other coaches, other practitioners come in to help you so you can scale. Does it feel a lot easier to only need 66 clients a year as opposed to 666 clients? Now, I realize in a traditional session by session business, they may not necessarily be 666 new clients that you need. They're probably repeat visits, etc. And certainly with a program, we are talking new clients. So there is a difference there. But can you see the possibility for the income of your business when you have a program, a higher end program? I really hope you can, because I love that exercise. And then your homework is at the bottom, you'll see here down the bottom, I've said to you now triple my revenue goal. So whatever you wrote first as your annual revenue goal, times it by 3, which can bring stuff up, and write it in that box, and then work out how many program signups you would need, because you can then really see that scale. It gets very, very exciting. So is everyone with me? Comment, let me know. What's that exercise? Are you still trying to crunch the numbers? What does that make you feel? Might be a bit of a delay in my comments. Oh, here we go. 2,000. Oh, Luann, cool. Yeah, look, I probably 2.5, Rebecca. Yep, totally. High end 3.2. Yeah, awesome, Dana. 2,997. Oh God, I love you guys. Look at those beautiful program prices. I was doing you guys wrong by making it $1,500. I thought I'd go easy in case people are like, well, maybe $500. But no, you guys are on the money. I love it. Yeah, so you can see, like, if that were a $2,000 program that we did in that exercise, even fewer clients that you needed to go out and find every month. It's so much easier to find fewer high-end clients to work with you because they're going to be your best clients, because from the get-go, and we'll go into this a lot more over the week, from the get-go, they are committed, they've got skin in the game, because they've got, I always, say to practitioners, you would never pay $2,500 for a holiday and then not bother to show up to catch the flight, would you? Especially now that none of us have been on holiday for so long. You would never do that. And the same thing is with your clients. When they are putting that amount of money down, that is a sign to themselves that they are worth the investment, and they are going to show up and they're going to do what you say, mostly, more so than if they were just, all they had to commit to was the next session and they could easily cancel that the day before. There's no skin in the game in the session by session model, really. Not financial skin in the game anyway. I'm just going to catch up on the questions before we move on. Nicole, is the numbers coming up from the other pracs for 3 months? Who knows? If you're wondering, what can I charge, Nicole, like if that's your question, like what's possible, I used to charge $1,700 for a 3-month group program with me, a little bit of one-on-one. It was a hybrid. And they're mostly group sessions. And I had a VIP upgrade of that for $3,000. That was a bit more one-on-one. But I've got practitioners easily selling $2,500 for a 3-month program and also for a 6-month program. It just depends on what's involved and what the niche is as well, but totally possible. Carly says, this is perfect. I've been wondering how I can make my business work well while juggling health issues. This makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it means less clients, but they can get the best of you and your knowledge. Totally. Start there in your business. You can always offer lower priced services later on if you need to, but we'll go through this later on, but your business is not a charity, okay? What other business would give away their stuff for almost free, like so many health practitioners do? And look, those of you who are on this call, I can see from the pricing that you're giving me, your money mindset's in a good starting place, definitely. And you clearly value your services, which is great. So yeah, programs are so amazing for both you and for your client. Just checking, 6 months, Luann. Diana says, makes me ask myself if it actually can be done though. Totally. Of course, there's all this doubt. Is it real? Well, look, let me tell you. I did it in the middle of a Hashimoto's diagnosis is when I actually transitioned my business away. No more one-on-one, completely programs at those prices because I had to. Because something had to give, right? And I had to find a smarter, better way to work. And it worked. Even with my foggy head while we were sort of working out my treatment. It's worked for people in the middle of the Victorian lockdown, the middle of a pandemic. People have launched their programs at $2,500. It's working. It totally can work. And you know what, guys? It's not new. I'm sorry to say. I wish I was like, this is groundbreaking and it was new. Health coaches have been doing this. For those of you who are on the call who are health coaches, tell me, is this what you got in your training? Health coaches have been working like this for a long time. In the US, programs and group practice is huge, especially in the functional integrative medicine space. The more I think about it, the crazier it is I think that we were taught any other way to practice. It can definitely work. Excited but skeptical, questioning if I have the capability of creating such a program. Sharon, you have a program inside of you. This week we are going to dig it out. That is my job. We are going to pull that little baby. It may not be perfectly polished, but we're going to get the ideas out of your head and your heart and onto paper. That's what this event is all about. 3 months, still have no commitments. Program is the easy part. Feels amazing, opens up possibilities. Awesome. If that's all you get from this week, that feeling of possibility, Rachel, I will be so happy. Cool. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of day 1. I could keep going. There is so much I could talk about, but obviously you're all busy and you're going to have to get probably back to your businesses. Shell, yeah, 100% online. That's what I did, and that's what most of my mastermind clients do, is 100% online. But it doesn't have to be. For those of you that have an existing clinic, you can create a signature program and deliver it one-on-one, okay? And the other hybrid elements you can build as you go, and you can create different versions of how you deliver your signature program. And we'll go through that in the next few days, Shell. So yeah, stay tuned. Beautiful. Well, tomorrow, guys, you'll need your workbooks again. Tomorrow we are going to cover one of the hottest topics that's kind of, it's a non-negotiable. We're going to be looking at your niche, who your people are, right? We're going to find those people, and we're going to look at how you figure out what your niche is. And so day 2 is titled Smart Practitioner's Niche. All right, so that's going to be exciting. Thanks so much for coming live. Make sure that you finish off your homework. I want you to keep in action. There's pages in your workbook for notes, so you feel free to journal, brainstorm any questions you have for me tomorrow. Bring them along to the call. We'll start with a bit of a recap, but also I'm in this group all week. So feel free to ask questions, share parts of your workbook, wins, aha moments. Let's make this as interactive as we can. You're getting free coaching for a week, guys. So please use this opportunity. I'm here for you. Yeah, exciting, brilliant. I'm just catching up on the comments. Think of it like writing an assignment at uni. First time you see the requirements, you almost faint, and then you smash it. Totally, Diana. And I'm not going to mark your work. Like, you share it with me, but I'm not going to be a horrible teacher. I'll just offer direction. Sharon says, thanks, Hayley. Certainly feeling hopeful, as I know I give too much in consultations and I need to transform how I work to avoid burnout. Totally. You will always over-deliver, Sharon. Like, even when you have a high-end program, you're going to give everything to your clients. But the difference of having the program and the hybrid model in particular is you work smarter, and you also feel more happy. That's not very good English, is it? But you feel happier to share more because you're being well compensated for it, and you've got time in your calendar to not be burnt out. Beautiful. All right, guys. Thanks so much. If you catch the replay, please make sure you do #replay so I know that you've seen it. And I will see you all 9 a.m. tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.